definitely going to be a lot more important. But if they do get it though, good AoE crowd control tools available.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the game you've all been waiting for. VP going up against Guangzhou Gaming. We got to see who's going to be the one topping Group B.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
All right, taking a look at some of the emblems right here. So far, nothing too surprising. When it comes down to it, I think there's going to be quite a healthy amount of wave clear coming in from Guangzhou as well. That could allow them to elevate that early game brawl style that they want.
Okay. Early on, it is Bober with the help of Pluto that actually shoves the wave in despite the barrier from Grok.
Yeah. Right now, Al trying his very best to make sure that Super 8 Gorka doesn't get as much farm as possible, but I feel like as a quad is fine. Pluto taking a bit of damage though.
Yeah, Modi there as well to help out. The early game is looking great. Wow, sorry, Egoist able to get the first blood now over on Ying as well. Great revitalize, and the calculation was crisp clean from VP.
Seems like Guangzhou Gaming weren't expecting that amount of burst damage, but when they clump it together like that, it allows Virtus.pro to get so much more value.
That's two now for Badcon as well as our Egoist.
This is the relationship when your opponent has a very strong roamer and you yourself don't really have a strong level 2 mid laner, right? The Kagura going up against this this Hylos, which does have Revitalize. And even the early game with that Vitality in his kit, it makes it so that even at level 2, the healing is strong enough to make sure that you don't die. And even if you do die, you will get some kind of trade.
Look at the gank, knowing that Modi is going to be aggressive in this matchup. They gank up top, and in a 2v1, it's Badcon who has another 2 on Arlet. What a start.
Good reads here from Virtus.pro when it comes down to the laning habits for the most part. They're denying the strong XP lane that we were expecting to really get out of control for Modi. Right now with a 1k gold lead, it really isn't game-changing just about yet, but against a team like Virtus.pro, every single bit counts.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, trading against Virtus.pro is very difficult because I feel like most part of MLBB were so focused on the mid trio, but they made it so that their side lanes are just way too strong, so they play around that, and we can definitely see that. Like I said, in like what, 2 minutes already 2 kills for Badcon in a losing matchup. That was not a losing matchup. It's just a matchup.
It's plain old matchups here in the EXP lane. Guangzhou still has a chance to turn this around if they can get a good team fight. Again, the big combos, but look at this.
Yeah, in the mid lane, they're attempting to go for it, but Bober hands a beacon. Now the instant re-engage over final slash from Badcon, and it's free for Sour Egoist. They lose Pluto, and it's fine. They're happy with that.
Right now losing by almost 2,000 gold here for Guangzhou Gaming. Oof. They got to make their timing faster than they want to, right? I feel like for the next turtle, it has to be a 5-man fight for that objective and try to win it out. If you cannot contest for the turtle, I think it's still fine. You need 3 kills. 2 kills, I feel like it's not enough at this point of the game.
I think for Guangzhou Gaming, they got to maybe slow down a little bit because they need some more tools available, because you said it earlier, Virtus.pro, they are early levels, 1, 2, and now when they first got the ultimate, they have so many ways to really get things going. Whereas for Guangzhou Gaming, I think they need a few more items to ensure that they can get that long team fight where they can actually maximize the continuous damage coming in from the Phobias, the CC as well.
Yeah, Ying really wants that glowing wand first, and Mei, only with the Black Eye Shield, will make him a bit tanky, but really not enough. Whoa!
JCC coming down with a Dark Wave as well. Everything in the kitchen sink used up top to get them a bit more gold.
I like that they're saying that we can play that game too. Oh, you attack our EXP? Hey, we can do it back.
Ooh, what toss though. Purple stolen away by Zorigoist. But yeah, Modi flickered Dark Wave immediately there, so he definitely has a bone to pick with Badcon. With 6 seconds to go here, I don't know if Guangzhou Gaming have what it takes to get a proper setup for a fight.
Whoa, Pluto's actually staying in the bottom lane now, looking for a gang, but that's because Lazy Duet used as Owl just walks away. BMI back, DHS picked up. That is his first item. Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like it's perfectly fine because I feel like with the changes of the buff of DHS makes it so that you can really join the fights quite early. Because even if you don't have enough damage to kill, you have enough to make it so that your jungler or your mid can just clean up. At this point, even your EXP.
All right, Canoneo is still trying to farm up, trying to keep up in levels. 2 levels down, by the way, so the pressure is definitely up for Virtus.pro. But look at this dive.
Shadow kill with the red tree. Owl has the Vengeance, but now it's a full-on gank, and now with the Vengeance baited out, it's a free one for Pluto to take. As Bad Cat holds in mid, they won't be able to get a trade for this.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, this is looking pretty grim for Guangzhou here. Eventually, by 12 minutes, Cananeo will have 3 items, and then you'll be fine. But, oh, the scaling. Oh, back. Oh, no. You don't want to see that. Basically, no damage.
But now Maze caught in a tough spot. Has to tech charge defensively into Bober. Crimson Beacon forward, now baiting out the Flicker. Mountain Shocker and the barrier will keep them in place, but VP have done what they wanted to do. They have split the team open so they can go for Owl again with a Shadow Kill. The Quad Shadow too! Sour Egoist 4-0 and 2 as Super Egorka gets the turret in mid.
Just outplays upon outplays from Virtus.pro right there. They're outmaneuvering Guangzhou Gaming, and when it comes down to it, they have a lot more maneuverability, outplay tools, so they're just making the best out of it. Guangzhou can't really set up for a team fight, and Virtus.pro don't need to give it to them anyways.
Right now for Guangzhou, looking at the items here, you do have the glowing one on the Kagura, but the fact that looks like it's going to be Hunter Strike into an endless battle makes it so that Cananeo is going to be quite late in dishing out the damage. So this is not looking good for Guangzhou.
Burst pathway. It won't slow Owl down. The pound size doesn't land actually. Owl still holding it. Tech charge coming in from May! And it turns the fight around. A Super Golka goes for these left and Sour in the back, goes in and cleans it up with Bober, providing the utility. And they still win out the fight. Modi isolated. Sour Egoist. Does he have the Quad Shadow? Yes, he does. Modi flickered in, but cannot find the shoulder bash. Bober, the Beaver, gets a triple.
And I gotta say, like, you can't see that kind of outplay from the Phobias because this time it's not a War Axe. You don't feel up that much. I like the attempt, but they just put them even further back. 4,700 gold difference here, and Virtus.pro clearly in the lead.
And there's a lack of mobility for Guangzhou Gaming. Virtus.pro are basically running circles around them. Even when they try and use a tech charge and the Dark Wave to try to stop the advance, because there's heroes like the Hayabusa, like the Claude, they can get to the backline before you even notice it. And that's why Guangzhou Gaming is struggling so hard right now. All their skills require an amount of setup, especially for Xing onto the Kagura, and Virtus.pro don't give it to them at all.
The fact that Super Gorka has that golden staff makes it so that even if Sour makes a mistake, even Backup makes a mistake, this Claude is already in trouble.
Yeah, that's a stun into the final slash. Tech charge defensively against Sour. He goes to the back, finding the Quad Shadow, go for the Shadow Kill now. Able to escape, baits out the Mountain Shocker from Cananeo.
Virtus.pro just standing their ground in the jungle of Guangzhou Gaming and says, we own this area now.
They're clean.
Look at this. The purple buff still in contention.
Oh my lord, no way! Bober with the Lantern Flare!
He's a bad beaver.
He's a bad beaver. Bad Bober.
Bad Bober beaver.
Maybe they should all turn their names to Bad. Bad Bober, Bad Pluto, Bad Gorka.
Bad caught.
Bad people right now, especially with a 7, almost
No,
7
they're
K
actually
gold.
decent people, but you know, in the game, in the game.
I mean, for Guangzhou Gaming, they're pretty mean right now. Really not giving any opportunities. Taking out the turrets slowly but surely. Man, Zorgo is just on a roll right here, and honestly, there's no real way for Guangzhou Gaming to catch him that easily.
Again, the cutoff here, and they go for the siege. It's just so clean, so systematic. Bober gets out from the in-out overturn, now goes for the pick up. Oh! Force out the flicker, tech charge on the 3, but there's no follow-up. Modi with a Dark Wave flicker, but will be caught in the final slash. Is Bad caught, gets away. Now the Quad Shadow from Zaur doesn't have the Shadow Kill. 4 levels ahead, though.
That at this point, this is not textbook. They're the one that's writing the instructions manual.
This is beautiful.
This is gorgeous.
Oh. Well, gorgeous pro.
This is fabulous.
Fabulous
Fantastic.
indeed. This gold lead against Guangzhou Gaming. Definitely spectacular.
Oh. This is magnific.
Phenomenal.
This is eye-catching.
Striking.
Sensational.
Dominate from first kill with a real me 15 Pro.
Yay.
Yes,
There you
sir.
go. Adding it with a sponsor.
Yes, sir.
That's a real move.
Is there an angle for a comeback here is the question. Guangzhou Gaming, they adapt really well. They might be looking for some kind of catch. If they can stop Zoregoist, I think that's the first step they have to kind of figure out. Because so far, they've been trying to use Modi and Mei to try and set something up. But Modi in particular,
tough.
Virtus.pro are literally saving crowd control tools, knowing that if we stop Modi, you know, the rest of the guys can't really do much anyways.
Looking at the items, nah. If Ying had 2 items, maybe.
Yeah.
But only one, don't think it's gonna be enough.
Lowers pathway sent again. Pluto. Trying to hold him in. Badcott jumps in. Tech charge gonna be able to lock him down, but he finds the final slash as Zauer baits out the benches. Now another stun and a pickup. Blazing duet from Super. A Gorka earlier into Bulber and Pluto. Virtus.pro are just too well-rounded, and Guangzhou Gaming cannot face it.
One of the most dominating performances we've seen from VP, ending with 12,000 gold. And it's going up against Guangzhou, the only other team in that group that has been lossless. Just took their first loss in a fashion that I think even they're like, there was no way, right?
Yeah. I personally, before the wildcard started, thought VP were on a league of their own in the wildcard. And then after seeing Guangzhou Gaming, I decided, all right, maybe they're going to be able to get one game. But after seeing this, oh man, gotta go back to the pre-wildcard opinion. They just seem level.
Guangzhou bringing in the Hellcurt as well as the Minotaur and Barca. Will this be enough firepower to stop VP?
Only time will
All
tell.
troops deployed.
Guangzhou Gaming, with their backs against the walls, they bring out
Welcome
the
to
unique
Mobile
picks.
Legends.
How is this going to work out, though? 3 Purifies, 1 on Modi on the Hellcurt. It's not exactly as teamfight heavy, bit more aggressive. Let's see what the angle is and what plans does he have for this Purify.
I have 2 ideas. 1, to purify out of the shot essence, and 2, to do with Bobber.
Look at Modi though. He's instantly cutting. That's why he went Concussive Blast. So it's more of like a non-lane. It's not something you want to use to abuse your lane. It's something that you want to just be active on. And this is a great position. Jumps in, gets the Terrify and the damage. Bober unable to get that position to punish Modi, and that's a free lethal take for Cannonale.
And this is the annoying part about playing against a Hellcurt. Even if he doesn't really get a kill, the fact that he is whittling you down and always potentially in the area, it's enough to really screw over all the rotational plans you have.
Yeah, and that's how you play your Hellcurt. You clear the lane as fast as you can, and then you get out of there. Because every EXP has some way to get back their HP. That's how Hellcurt does it. You just move around,
Out of vision.
you know, like read a newspaper or something, and then your HP just comes back up.
Yeah.
Look at this, though. Immediately, Badcott sees the vision, tries to make sure that there's no cutting available, so there won't be any ganks to the mid lane. But now that Guangzhou Gaming has a Farsa, are they going to try and getting more? Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, this is what I'm expecting though.
It's close.
That's the thing. If you go in lane against the Yuzong, it's not going to be a happy time. Zauer over on Cannonale takes him to almost half HP. Owl up top. Oh, doesn't even need to use a Purify there. Missed Mountain Shocker from Zauer.
Yeah. All the while, Guangzhou just waiting for the level 4s for both Ying as well as Mei. I feel like if Ying is level 4, it's enough for you to fight, but once that Minotaur does have that level 4, now that's where you really... Oh, Shine!
They go all in on Pluto. All right, now it's petrifying, but the ocean not used, just a rough wave. That's a big resource burnt, bolt and spell.
Yeah, I feel like Guangzhou should not heavily invest in this hurdle. I feel like getting a kill would be more valuable with their draft.
And Modi's playing so aggressive right here, threatening the Terrifies. But look at Badcott. Black Dragon is available.
Ooh, good timing on the Black Dragon from right as Modi blinked in towards him. Owl, whoa, jumped in as well. Oh, Badcott finally going down now from the skies. Does have to petrify, won't be able to use it now. That's good. Terrify over to him. Mountain Shocker lands as well. Getting out the Purify from Modi. Bober waiting in the bush does not have the petrify. They will have to back away as Bober hops into rough waves. Pluto flickers out to safety. Guangzhou Gaming with a win on Turtle 1.
Get the win on Turtle 1, but on the top side, Super Gorka got a ton of value there. And remember, even if Guangzhou Gaming wins the early to mid game, there's still that late game from Virtus.pro to worry about.
Yeah. But I really feel like late game is very subjective when you look at the relationship of the heroes. Because late game, yeah, Super Gorka is going to be able to destroy everyone, like easily get a Savage. But if he dies first, right? That's the biggest thing. And he has multiple threats here. You got to do it with the Lancelot, the Hellcurt, the Farsa. So I really feel like it's subjective. Yes, with the string of the carry, scary late game hero, but not as scary if you die.
That's true. It depends on the decisions in the middle of the fight. Look at this. Pluto
Might have to tech charge here. Will do so.
All right, so this early aggression is just working out so much better for Guangzhou Gaming. But so far, Virtus.pro is doing a great job, not losing too much. It's still a 0-0 game by all means.
Yeah, honestly, both teams are being careful of the nukes of both teams because you got the Kadita as well as the Hellcrit. It's something that it's always in the back of your mind. You want to make sure that you're positioning in a way that you don't get caught by the Kadita, and you're positioning in a way, if Hellcrit jumps in, who's going to counterattack against him?
Look at this gank with Modi. Bad cut because he read it in time. Terrify coming out. Bad cut. Furious dive. Petrify into the back. Ooh. DOT ticking back on Modi. Up top. Tech charge. Hitting on the Purify. Owl burning down. Bober gets the Petri on him. And he weaves past the Feathered Airstrike. Finally gets stunned up. Has the dash away. May cannot get the last hit on him.
Like I said, man, individual plays also from Virtus.pro is what allows them to get so much advantage in the game. And just like that, Guangzhou Gaming on the back foot, despite technically being the ones to make the first move.
Yeah, but also shout-outs to Virtus.pro, really playing around that Minerva Fury quite well. No one really got caught by that.
Dragon coming down now. Spray Gorka able to flick around with Zauri. Goes with Traceless, but they get past Modi. Badcott is slaying him. Cananeo gets a turtle, but now they're caught in the bad fight. It is again Badcott proccing the passive over on Owl. The DOT taking down. Cananeo has to respect the Traceless forward.
That's an unexpected amount of sustain coming from Owl, by the way. I thought for sure he was going to get taken out right there. All things considered, 2 turtles for Guangzhou Gaming, but Virtus.pro are the ones with the 2K gold advantage.
Yeah, but look at that gold. Super Gorka is 800 gold above Owl, which honestly is still fine. Owl as a Freya, you don't need as much gold compared to a carry. But this does set up Virtus.pro, especially with how Pluto as well as Badcott has been playing, and Bobber the Beaver. I actually feel like Super Gorka is going to be fine. I don't think there will be enough resources to deal with this carry.
Depends on how much Virtus.pro can force Guangzhou Gaming to burn. Right now, though, when it comes down to the wave clear, Guangzhou Gaming definitely have a bit of an advantage, but they're not really allowed to do anything because Virtus.pro are just waiting around in the bushes, denying the traps coming in from the Hellcurt.
Owl tries to go in there. The Mama Shock already used. Whoa! Now it's Badcott. Caught, stunned up. The back line, it's a rough ways over to X-Ying, and the barrier stops him. Pluto's taking a lot of those shots. Now it is Badcott with a Petri, but Cananeo takes him down before they can do any more damage on X-Ying.
An aggressive dive there from Virtus.pro, but it didn't pay out. That was a 4v5 technically, a 5v5 with the turret, and Guangzhou Gaming gained all the value there.
I would say, hold on.
Oh, fully stacked up. That Thorn Rose hit like a truck.
And again, I feel like the fact that Guangzhou is able to turn that around is because they were prepared for it.
That was a beautiful Traceless too, man. We're seeing a lot of these individual plays. Great reaction. I don't know if that was intentional.
I think it is, because look at Guangzhou, the way that they've been playing. They knew a gank was coming down bot. They were preparing for it, and then they're just able to capitalize. This means that Virtus.pro, even with all these amazing individual mechanics, you always got to be careful of that team play, because Guangzhou, at this point of the game, they're starting to read the patterns of Virtus.pro.
Right now, the photo is available for May on the Minotaur, so Virtus.pro have to be careful.
All in over to May. Oh my lord, he just get rid of him. That's the squishiness of him. Owl in the back line, able to zone Sour. Ego is for a free take on a turtle. Now as Cananeo walks up, that's a furious dive, but with no Petrify. Almost Super Agorica getting caught, but has the flicker to escape. Now a golden staff. That means 3 items done.
I gotta say, beautiful by Guangzhou in terms of their targeting, man. Because the moment Mei got caught, everyone else just go for those damage dealers. Out, go straight to the back line, able to deal quite a lot of damage over to Zaur, and then Cananeo goes in, shows his face, and be like, if you really want to stay, we're gonna make sure we take you guys down. Amazing targeting by Guangzhou.
And it's unfortunate that Super Gorka got stuck in the Lord pit right there, but X-Ying
tries to go on Bober. Owl. Yeah. Just really good clear here. Not able to siege it down again. A weakness from Guangzhou is they can't really siege turrets down. They need to whittle from fights or split.
Cananeo is having an amazing game so far with Lancelot. I hope I don't jinx it, but I just want to see it.
Well, he's been really good on the Assassins, really understanding the ins and outs for the most part. A big advantage for Guangzhou Gaming as well. They're actually having a lot more like split push threat because the Hellcurt and the Freya both, if left alone, take some turrets so fast. And Virtus.pro are stuck trying to keep things together, playing it macro, playing it for team fights.
Owl's gonna get this turret. Again, the split is a big thing for Guangzhou Gaming. Good peel. Pluto could have looked for it. Owl gets away. Oh, he actually gets out of the Petrify just with a dash. Interesting.
I'm guessing there's a small iframe there.
Oh, Modi! Big engage, faceless back. Owl with the chase. Bober still able to find X-Sync. What a kite from Zaur and Super Agorka. They just shredded Owl down like he's nothing.
Definitely too overzealous there from Owl. 1v2 against 2 marksmen technically, but he got melted before he could actually take anyone down. That was a great purify from Modi. I believe it was blind. There was not really confirmation.
No, I feel like he knew someone was there, he just doesn't know how many.
Oh, the cancel. Caneo moving. Bober's looking for the re-engage, but doesn't have the Petrify. It's still down for 30.
I gotta say, both teams is like they're playing from tomorrow. It's not stopping.
Yeah. Free Lord over to Virtus.pro.
Because it really does look like Virtus.pro and Guangzhou, they have a rough idea of what the next engage is gonna look like. They're prepared for it, they counter it, and then they make it look clean. They make it look rehearsed. It looks like both teams, they really know what's gonna happen before it happens, or their reaction speed is just out of this world, man.
There's definitely some kind of chess match happening from both teams where like, oh, I know that you know that I know that you know what I'm gonna do type deal. Man, right now with the Lord though, Virtus.pro definitely want to try and make something happen, but by all means with the far side around, Guangzhou Gaming can kind of take a chill pill on this one.
There you go. That's the third item.
Huge power spike for Agorka.
Free siege. Oh, Agorka actually takes a few too many shots there.
Oh, Bober.
We're gonna have to respect it. Bober gets the knockup, but won't fully commit onto it. Good mounted chakra in the red streak to steal the orange buff away as Modi tries to get the angle here. Push up top with the Lord. Owl holding it in.
Yeah, I feel like Guangzhou, this is not a panic angle because they do have pretty okay clear. Modi though gets spotted by Zaur.
Yeah, he's actually chasing Modi. Jumps in with the Traceless. Modi might be solo kill here. Zaur with the Traceless. Easy work for him down below.
That's one of those times you wish you had a Petrify.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, Modi does not. Right there with him taken out, Virtus.pro still trying to get as many turrets as possible. They should be able to get some damage onto the base turret. Look at this.
That's so big! They know that even if the Purify gets faded out, Super Agorka can go and hit him. Now, oh, Agorka's still surviving!
What?
All throughout the damage! And it's through the backup of the rest of the team. Virtus.pro are just better. Modi trying his best, goes for the Terrify and the Stinger. But Guangzhou Gaming have been wiped out now. VP clear the waves with a cannon in it. It's Badcott who hold the aggro on turret, and Virtus.pro get a clean sweep against Guangzhou Gaming.
What was that last play by Bober, man? The lance came in, gets petrified.
Beautiful.
If it wasn't for that petrify, he actually might have been able to done something, right?
Wow.
Get a few kills so that VP could not end it there. Dude, that was clutch. Bober on his Kadena, man. Bober the Beaver.